Hey there, Flo here. Audio might be a little bit choppy because I'm way far away from my transmitter, or my receiver, I guess. But yeah, hey Realism, hey Leo, thanks for the lemon. Let's see. But yeah, I will be out in the shop in just a second. I'm just going to be doing some more insulation stuff. Wow, why is that so loud? Let me check this here just a second. I don't know what that was. I just saw my layers go crazy. Alright, I think we're good. Okay, so I'm gonna head out. Let me check. Let me test my scene changing stuff. See if this works. Yeah, I can see the chat. Hey Wiley, did I make that doll? No, a friend of mine did. Maybe Realism. Second. Okay, good. That works. Let's see. All right. Okay, so the audio might be a little bit choppy while I'm walking outside, but I'll be out there in just a second. Oops, just pushed the wrong button. Oops. I knew I was forgetting something. I'm trying to grab all the things I need. Hey, ADI. Dancing to the music. I'll have to be careful. It's really cold out and there's actually frost. Slippery. Okay, almost there. Well, I don't know. Everybody has different tastes, Realism, and I don't really expect people to be in my streams, to be honest. It's pretty boring stuff. I pretty much just stream whatever I'm doing or working on, and that isn't usually that interesting for people, so I don't expect people to show up to my streams. I'll try to do the Lord's Prayer. I don't have very many scriptures memorized, so I can try, but I'll probably forget some parts. But we'll see what I can remember. I don't remember what passage it is to look it up, but I'll see if I can remember it. So yeah, let's see how far we can get. I'll remember like little bits of it, and I'll probably forget other parts. I haven't really tried to memorize it, so can if you want. I'll see how far I can get. So let's try this. Our Father, who is in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we have forgiven those who trespass against us. This is the part where I can't remember, so you might want to help me out. Let's see. I want to skip to the end. Yeah, I can't remember. Pretty soon I'll be able to show this stuff on my stream, though. I'm working on the Bible app. I'm working on it quite a bit, but I still have quite a ways to go. I'm still about the same percentage done as I was last time I talked about it. And the reason is because I've been integrating with a free Bible API online that I found, which will offer certain benefits. I don't know. I might have to do a fallback in case that ever goes offline, but for now I'll use it. It's pretty cool. I'd like to actually read something about that API at some point, but probably not today because I'm not at my computer to look stuff up. As an example, I can pull from over 1,000 translations, the text of 1,000 different translations in different languages and stuff. One of the main benefits is I don't have to maintain the databases of all the different Bible texts myself, which I have the BSB in a database because they offer it for free, but as far as all of them, I don't have all those. All right, let's start over. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. You still there, Realism? I was waiting for the next verse. Technical difficulties. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Yeah, I forgot that part. It's funny because I think about that part often, but I forgot where it fits in. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen. Something like that. All right. Yeah, thanks for sharing that, Realism. I get that mixed up with Psalm 23 sometimes too. It's like he prepares the table in the presence of our enemies. I'm like, wait, no, that's Psalm. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I'm really bad at memorizing Bible verses. There's a lot of like fragments of verses in my head, and like if somebody says a verse, I'm usually familiar with it. You know, most verses are kind of partially in my brain somewhere, but as far as retrieving that information when I need to, it's really a big mess. So I'm not very good at memory stuff in general. Alright, so today we're going to be doing the same thing we have been doing as far as cutting pieces of insulation and installing them. I just put these Christmas lights in here for the intro screen. I'm not necessarily going to keep them in here. Probably put them up inside the house rather than out here, but just wanted something cool. Yeah, I'm anxious to get that Bible app done soon. It's taking a long time, but I'm not very good at programming anymore. Honestly, I was never really that great at it. Let's see, I need to get... Unfortunately, I lost my goggles or safety glasses. That I have two of them, but the ones that I still have I really don't like, but I guess I'll go grab them. Yeah, the OBS thing is cool, except that it's kind of limited because I have to be sitting in front of my computer to change the slides. So the thing I'm working on now, I could be standing right here. Or literally, I could be standing on the top of a mountain with no computer. All I would have is my phone, and I could just be like boop boop boop, and it would show up on the stream. But that's what I'm working on, but I'm not quite there yet. But eventually we'll have that capability. So I'll be right back. I need to get my safety glasses. I wish I could find my other ones. I know they're around here somewhere. I just have no idea where I put them. I'll probably buy a couple more pairs because it's always good to have those. This insulation stuff, fiberglass floating around in the air is not particularly good for you. Yeah, it'll be fun to, hopefully, like for now, like I don't know how long it's going to take, but for now it's just going to be something that I can use on my streams. Because it's really poorly coded and not like a public website or whatever. So, but eventually I'd like to make it available to anybody, other streamers or churches or whatever. It's really not, I mean, we're not like shooting for the moon. It's not like something that's absolutely revolutionary. It's pretty basic. It's just filling a small need that I couldn't find an app that does what I want it to. There probably is something out there. I just couldn't find anything. There's a million Bible apps. They all have different strengths and weaknesses, but I want it to be free, like for anybody to use, not like there's a lot of paid services out there, and I'm not against paid services. I have a kind of a pet peeve about it myself, but it's just a personal conviction that I don't think anything related to the Bible should be cost anything or be protected by copyright or any of that stuff. It's just my personal belief. And so this app that I'm making, I'd like to commit to not making it a paid service of any kind. because everybody should have access to the Bible. The only problem is if I make it if I eventually make it a website and it gets like a lot of hits or something, I might have to raise money to keep the website online, because that can cost money sometimes. In a despair moment, feeling apart, only Lord Jesus Christ is always there with you. Yeah. I know you're busy, but right now, Lord Jesus Christ always is needed. Yeah, no, I agree. He's always with us. All right. Let's see. Need to figure out what I'm doing. I think this piece here is cut to length. So basically, I just need to grab another. Open another roll and start cutting them. I don't really have a good efficient what am I saying? I haven't really made this an efficient procedure yet, so this is going to be a very slow process. No, you're not distracting me. I like when there's people chatting and stuff. I'm just not the most interesting person to talk to. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I memorized a few verses when I was younger for because I went to a Christian school and stuff like that, but as an adult I've really struggled. Things like, even if I spend a week to really memorize something, like within a week after that it's usually kind of gone or messed up in my head. My adult brain doesn't work very well. Let's see. This is weird. It has like a paper strap around it and get through that. There we go. It's kind of crazy how long this takes. I feel like it's not that complicated, but it takes forever for some reason. Does the messages read out in the phone, or do you have to read them out? It can do both, but I don't always have text-to-speech on because sometimes random people come by and say stupid things and I just don't want them to be read out loud, so I turn it off and on sometimes, just depending on whatever. What I could do, which I don't always think to do, is actually, do I have that in my pocket? I thought I threw it in my pocket. Let me see if I can do that. I have my Bluetooth headset thing, so I could put that, if I can get that working, because then it doesn't have a sound on the stream. It's easier that way. But thanks for the blessings or well-wishing stuff. Let's see, why isn't it pairing? I hope I don't have it connected to my other phone. Okay, there we go. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, so what have you been up to lately, Realism? You been streaming, or what do you do with your time typically? You have any hobbies or interests? You haven't been streaming? Yeah, I haven't been streaming much either. Yeah, I did. I set it up so now I can hear it in my ear, so I don't have to look at the screen every time. Alright, let's see. Yep, I can hear you loud and clear. Alright, so last time I was noticing these don't really need to be quite 8 feet long. Yeah, no problem. Okay. Yeah, I haven't really felt like streaming as much lately. I think once I get that Bible app sort of working, I might go back to reading the Bible. I'm doing that more often, but until I get that done, I haven't really felt motivated to do it the old way. I kind of want to use the new app, and so I've been kind of delaying that, getting back to that. I don't really know exactly what measurement to use. Maybe I'll just do 1 inch short. Probably could go 2 or 3 inches short and it would still be long enough. But okay, I'll just try 1 inch. Yeah, that's cool. Are you, do you have a church that you go to, or? Let's see, what? Looking for my, oh, there we go. And let's get my knife. Something happened in your life recently that made you want to like focus more on your relationship with God or something? Hopefully the rest of the project, but if not, I can always buy more. Okay, there we go. I keep forgetting I need to cut this one in half. And I'm looking for one more board that I've been using. Yeah, I heard that. Okay. There we go. Measure this halfway. There we go. Half. Just cutting this in half. No, of course I have no reason to judge you on anything. Thankful that you like stopping by It's always good to have somebody to keep me company while I'm doing this boring stuff. It's not actually that boring. I kind of say that because it seems like it would be boring for people to watch, which I'm pretty sure it is. But that's all right. Not really trying to be interesting with my streams. There we go. Yeah. Do you spend a lot of time on YouNow? Like, are you on any other streaming websites or just YouNow? I don't watch a lot of streams myself. I have like 2 or 3 people that I watch occasionally, but I don't really spend a lot of time watching streams. It's not that I don't enjoy watching people stream. There's kind of has to be a certain type of people that I watch. Like, I generally don't watch anything unless it's family friendly, more or less. I mean, I have a few friends from the past that maybe wouldn't be considered family friendly, but they're not just like crazy bad content from my perspective or whatever. But yeah, I generally don't have that many people that I watch for that reason, because most streams are, I don't know, I think they're geared for younger people and a lot of content that I don't really appreciate. Okay. Plus, if I spend too much time watching live streams, I feel like I'm getting nothing done, so I kind of feel bad, so. Yep, I heard everything. Okay. There we go. Yeah, no worries. No problem. Okay. There we go. A little bit. This part's the most annoying part. If I had a better table for this, it would go a little bit faster. I can't cut it all in one go because it's too long for area. It's kind of clumsy. Actually, let's do it. I'm going to measure it all the way across. Don't want to get it crooked at the end. Okay. It's funny, my best friend from like many years ago was watching my last live stream that I did. He and his mom were watching, and I'm just thinking, why on earth do I want to watch this boring stuff? I think it's just because I don't see him very often, so he wanted to feel like he was connected somehow, but yeah, I can't even imagine my friends watching this stuff. Super boring. Well, thanks. I don't feel like I'm the right stream for anybody, but appreciate the compliment. Okay. Go. Let's see. I don't remember how I taped this. I think I folded this over last time. I don't know if I did or not, but I think that's what I'll do this time. Okay. No, not at all. Consider you a friend. I've known you for quite a while now, and appreciate it when you come by. Definitely not silly. Although I don't actually have any problem with silly people. I'm a little bit silly myself. to me. Okay, there we go. I'm a massive introvert myself, so I'm not super good at keeping conversations going. So don't be offended if I don't have responses to everything. Oh shoot, I should have put a little thing across. I can still do that though. I'll fold this over. This thing is super annoying. I should try to pull that out because it's really in the way. Do that after I finish this one. I don't know about energy though. I don't know if that's the right word. But yeah, I try to have a family-friendly environment. That's as boring as what I do. I try to make it so that anybody that drops by feels welcome and not quite as try to keep away from the adult type content. Okay. Yeah, I don't really care about the spotlight for sure. Okay, almost done here. That side is equal. This side is a little bit short. It's actually more than an inch short. I don't really understand why these are not equal, but it should only be an inch difference really, but doesn't really matter. There we go. Yeah, what did I say? Oh, are you talking about? I just said the same thing as I said last time. Oh no! I hate it when tape like gets stuck on itself. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, although technically speaking, I have a bunch of lights on me when I'm streaming. But yeah, I think obviously what we're talking about is I'm not starving for attention or whatever, or to get noticed or credit or glory or any of that. Not interested. I think most streamers do that though. I mean, I think streamers are good at connecting with people. I'm actually probably not as good at that as most people. Because a lot of people that are streamers are kind of natural born entertainers, and I don't know what the word is, just creative and funny and interesting. I don't really consider myself like that. Just kind of a regular person, no special presentation skills. Yeah, I suppose. Okay, so this should be more or less ready. Let me get up there. I need scissors, and I need a stapler. This is the challenging part right here. What else do I need? I need this. That's everything. Okay, here we go. Let's try to get this one in place. Start at the top. Actually, I'm going to do that same trick I did last time. Oh, actually, now that I'm thinking of it, I'm going to mark where the power cable is. Let's see, where is it going through here? It's going through there. That doesn't make any sense. Where is it going through here? I should have marked it before I did this. Yeah, I don't really like big streams either. If I watch a stream, it's typically one that is small enough that the streamer has time to read the chat and stuff. I don't really care about like the whole celebrity type thing. I don't know, a lot of people want to meet a celebrity, and so they see like live streamers are a way to meet somebody that's kind of famous. I'm not really attracted to that concept. I just like connecting with other human beings, and that's why I find live streaming kind of fun, because you're actually connecting like right then. You're not like writing a comment on a YouTube video and hoping they'll read it. You're like right there, right live, you know, talking to somebody. It's kind of fun. But yeah, like I said, I don't really watch a lot of streams. Okay, let's see. Trying to figure out what I need to do first here. It'd be nice to have a place to sit. This is so annoying. Like it's hard to get up here on the loft and try to like get in a position where I can reach stuff. I was sort of thinking to use this as kind of a chair, but it's hard to get it in a good position because it's huge. So maybe I'll just use, I don't know, I might just have to sit on my knees. Yeah, I don't really care about celebrities. I mean, it's not that I don't care about them as humans, but I don't know, the whole thing about wanting to know what celebrities are doing, and like I just don't care. They're about the last people that I want to emulate in my life or be like, so I don't really see the point of spending a bunch of time following what they're doing or whatever. Okay. Put this over here. Alright, to make a slice right here. Right there. Yeah, I'm glad to hear that you're connecting with God more lately and inspired to seek Him and encourage others and all that stuff. That's cool. It's good to see. Alright, so this will go up behind the cord. The part where I really need to wear the safety glasses and mask and stuff, because it just kind of goes crazy. Yeah, I hope that He blesses the business type stuff I'm trying to do, because I feel like I'm kind of a burden to my family and friends, because I can't provide for myself right now. That's seriously, am I out of staples? What are the chances of that? Oh, that sucks. Again. Okay. Shoot. Staples are way over there. Worst possible scenario. Hopefully that'll stay up without falling apart. few minutes while I get this. These ones. Okay, gotta use my head. It's so annoying that it just happens to be out. Super unlikely. Okay. There we go. Thanks. Okay, there we go. Oh. This would be a lot easier with a second person to hold this in place, except that the area there we go. There we go. Yeah, it's kind of cramped quarters, so it'd be hard to have so many hands like stretched up, but it's just really hard to like hold this stuff in place because it's just paper. It's just really weak paper, so it tends to want to rip the staples. Yeah, I hope more people with a strong voice and presence on streaming platforms and whatever do the same kind of thing, because I don't think I have much reach with what I do. I don't have a lot of people viewing, so I mean, it's not that I'm looking to be a big deal, but yeah, I don't mind at all. It's nice. But yeah, like, I don't care if people watch this boring stuff that I'm doing, but like, it'd be cool if there were more people with a lot more viewers reading the Bible and stuff, because I don't really get hardly anybody watching when I do that. And that's the only thing that I do that's of any importance, really. I don't know why it doesn't matter how short I cut these strips, they're still too long. It's weird. When I actually measure the distance, it's 8 feet, but when I cut it to be 8 feet, it's always too long. And I'm afraid that if I cut it a little bit shorter to compensate for that, it might not be long enough. So I guess I'd rather have it be a little bit too long than too short. This is not great. I need to not kick this over, and my feet are really close to my drink too, so I don't want to kick that over. So I'll take a quick break, drink break. I wish every shirt that I wore had like buttons down or like a pocket right here, because my microphone doesn't really have a great place to clip on. I guess I could try the magnet. It has this magnet that I can put on in my shirt. I guess I've never tried it. I don't know if it's a strong enough magnet to keep it on there. I don't want it to fall off. Maybe that'll work. I don't think I would ever do that hiking, because if it, like a tree branch like caught it or something, it would fall off and I wouldn't even know it. And even when I'm doing this kind of work stuff, my hand or my arm might catch on it without me seeing it. So I don't really like that magnet idea. I'd rather have it like clipped to my pocket or something like that. Okay. Get this out of the way so I don't knock it over. Okay, next. Oh, I'm gonna get this out of here if I can. It's super annoying. I guess after I'm done with this section, though, it won't really. No, it'll still be in the way because I'm trying to roll out the insulation here and cut it, and it's just always right in the way. I don't know if I can get this out of here though, because I think it's longer than the area I have to pull it out, so it's going to hit the back wall. We'll try. There we go. All right, that's better. Okay, hopefully today I don't think my microphone will run out of batteries because I have it attached to the actual video camera this time, which is how it would be if I was like doing IRL streaming, so that should be better in a way. Cool. Well, I don't have much to say today. I'm just working on this stuff. Cool. What were you doing before you started watching the stream? Oh, what? What happened here? Oh, I was gonna say, I thought it looked like I cut the folding part off, but that's good. Yeah, I understand. You're here with me. I understand. Okay, let's cut that part. Do you have that's cool. I'm glad that you were happy to see me on. That's nice. Do you have like a bunch of friends on you now that you kind of hang out with or whatever? Oops. Oh, you're on your phone? Ugh. Cool. Where did I put my scissors? No, I grabbed them. Oh, here they are. Yeah, I pretty much spend most of my time alone. My parents, I guess I'll give a little vlog report. My parents came for a visit last week for about, I don't know, 3 or 4 days, I don't remember, 3 days, probably. So I spent time with them. That was part of the reason I wasn't live streaming or working on stuff. It was nice to spend time with them. This is way too long still, but I might just make it work. I have to go downstairs. Oh, what? There's two. I didn't notice that. There's 2 boards on this one. That's crazy. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I'm always I'm not worried about them, not living forever, because I don't do well on my own. I need like some kind of friend or family in my life to make life meaningful. And since I'm not married or in a relationship, and I don't have a lot of friends where I live, it's kind of just whenever my parents visit. It's like my only social life at this point. Streaming has kind of become my social connection, I guess. But I don't feel like I know that many people super deep, like a super deep friendship online. So it's not as fulfilling as, friends and family in real life. But that's all I have right now, so thankful for it. Oh, this is rough. This is my least favorite part. Is getting around these boards. There's what do you call them? I can't think of the word right now. Anyway, there's boards going across underneath this loft. Joists. There's joists going across, and I have to like cut this to fit around them. Very messy. Not exact. Make sure I don't leave any huge holes where there's no insulation, because then it'll sort of defeat the purpose of putting this here. I think I'll get better and better at this part as I go along, but right now I'm not doing the best. I'm not getting the lengths quite right. I cannot see if my mic is still on. Looks like it is. Okay. Ripping, super annoying. Yeah, doing this on the ceiling is way harder than doing it on the walls. The walls were, I felt like, pretty easy, but putting the insulation on the ceiling is way harder. Yeah, no worries. I'm glad that you feel free to share what's going on. Did I just run out of staples again? Yeah, you're welcome. Okay. I think it just jammed. I don't think I'm out of staples. See? Yeah, okay. That just proved that the magnet thing is completely useless. I don't like that. I'm not gonna ever use that magnet again. I just flicked it accidentally. I have to use the clip. It's way too easy to fall off if I use the magnet. What was I doing? Oh yeah, this seems to be jammed or something. It's not working for some reason. It doesn't look jammed. Let's try it again. I don't know why it wasn't working. I have to put like 50 staples in the key places where there's a lot of stress and weight. Unfortunately, 1.5 of these wide is not really quite wide enough. It really should be like 1 inch wider or so. So I'm kind of stressing the sides. It's kind of ripping the paper a little bit. I mean, it's probably close enough, but it's not perfectly ideal. Super weird position I have to get in to do this. Okay. Oh, this is bad over here. I don't like it. Next time I'll try to do it better. This is a mess in the corner here. That's probably good enough though. Problem is you're supposed to have like full fluff, or they call it loft, I think. It needs to be poofy, as thick as possible, not like smashed. The more smashed it is, the less effective it is. All right, I'm gonna go down to the bottom real quick and try to pull it down there. And then I'll be right back and work on the next panel, probably that side. Okay. Super slow process. I can't even really reach it over here. That is a mess in there. I need to probably fix that a little bit. It's not terrible, it's just not great. It's really hard to like reach up underneath these joists and pull the insulation down properly. It's kind of a mess around the edges. It's good enough. I think it'll definitely be an improvement over not having insulation, that's for sure. Don't want to leave any gaps though where air can flow through. Figuring out an important way. Oh yeah, what you working on? Okay. There we go. Basically done with that one. So I'll just start working on the next one. Oh, okay, no worries. Okay. A good place for this where I'm not going to knock it over. I'm afraid it's going to like spill all over everything on the floor. Down below, that would be a disaster. I think right there is okay. Alright, so I'm going to do that one next. Extra. You don't want extra. Okay. All right. Junk. I have a good system in mind to like move the objects a certain way, so I'm like fumbling around every time I have to reset my workspace. Okay. Perhaps sound ridiculous. I'm not sure what you mean on that one. Where's the boards. Keep putting stuff in. Oh, there it is. Weird places, so I don't have to look around too much. Alright, so I'm going to cut another. I think I could probably go like 94 inches safely. It seems like I'm definitely long. I guess I'm not really understanding what you mean, but it's all right. I'm not understanding that phrase, actually. Okay. Let's see. Go. So instead of another 48, I think I'm going to cut it 1.5 inches short. I really am afraid to cut it like too short, but so 46.5 instead of 48. We'll do that. Should be okay. I'm pretty sure I'm cutting it. I'm cutting it at 96 inches, which is 8 feet, and it just feels like it could be a little shorter. Although right here in this case, let me change my mind on this one. It's a little bit short here at the top, so I'll pull it up from this side to make up for that. Oh, not everything has to be like super meaningful or important though, you know. We're just regular people with interests and hobbies and friends and family and all that stuff, so not everything is super deep and meaningful. Some of it's just regular everyday life type of things, and that's good too. Okay. There we go. Kind of a random measurement this time, but hopefully that'll work out okay. I'll put those in the same place, and I'll hopefully remember that place next time. There we go. There. Okay. Tape. It'd be awesome to have like a 10-foot long table, which technically I have 2 work tables together, which are 8 feet from side to side that I could use downstairs, and this is technically over 8 feet too. It's just, I don't know. I can only stand right here because there's like a high point there and a high point over here, so I can't like walk all the way over there to tape that stuff, so I'll just that's why I'm doing this kind of awkward thing where I'm taping one section at a time, and then I have to like fold this side up and move it over. A little bit awkward, but it works. Just a little bit slow. Kind of hoping the tape that I got after I run out of this one, I have another roll of tape that I bought last week, or my parents bought. I'm hoping it's kind of a little bit better. This tape is not really made for what I'm using it for, but it's probably quite similar. Oh no, they're not bothering me at all. This would be pretty hard for you to do, I think, unless you were actually trying to. I don't have much of a life, though. Honestly, I don't have really that many friends in real life anymore. I still have the same friends that I've always had. I just don't see them very often, so pretty much alone all the time. There we go. Yeah, I understand what it's like to have a hard time in life. I don't I don't say fake stuff. I just say what I'm feeling. Sometimes what I'm feeling is not always true. I understand that our feelings can be deceptive, but I don't like to pretend like, life is easy or that I have everything figured out, because I absolutely don't. I find life to be incredibly difficult and quite unpleasant a lot of the time. All right. There we go. Okay, so let's get over there. Don't need the tape. I need a knife. I need scissors. Get the staples in case I run out. I don't think I will, but it's always possible. So I need those glasses and stapler. All right, try to get better each time I do a section. Hopefully this one will turn out better than the last one. Just keep making it nicer each time. Try to learn something new every time I do a same action over a repeated action. It's like I may as well try to do it better each time. Okay. That's everything. I just need a pillow. That's it. Not really using this. I don't think I've used this at all today, so I'm just going to get it out of my way. Alright, so I'm going to start up there. I'm going to push it really hard against that other piece so that there's as little gap as possible. This side is going to be harder because having that electrical wire going across to kind of support the weight halfway is actually kind of an advantage. What I could do, maybe I should try a new trick. Let's try a new trick. Let's use a scrap board. I need to find a scrap board that's at least 2 feet wide. I don't want to use the board that I'm already using for something else, although it'd probably be okay. Oh, sorry to hear that. Do you get headaches often? I'm blessed in that one regard. I don't get headaches hardly ever. I know it can be quite a struggle, people that have migraines and stuff like that. I'm thankful that I don't have to deal with that. I'm sorry that you have a headache. Hope you feel better. A lot of times when people have headaches, they are dehydrated and not drinking enough water. I know that if I get a headache, it's almost always because I'm slightly dehydrated. Okay, so I'm looking for, I actually can't remember why I came down here, but I'm sort of looking for a 2-foot wide board. But, oh, I know why. I'm just gonna get my drill and my screwdriver. Actually, just my drill. And need 2 screws. Yeah, I'm about to do a trick that should make this a lot easier. There we go. Got everything. So I am going to use the same board that I'm using for another purpose, but since I switch between purposes, I can just unscrew it and use it when I need it. So I hope this will work. I think this will work. So I'm going to put a board up here to, sorry, I don't know what sorry for. You're fine. Okay, take this off. I'm actually kind of just talking to myself. I'm just kind of talking to myself, explaining what I'm doing, just because if I don't, it would just be weird silence on my stream. So, no need to pay attention to my mutterings. Let's see. Alright, so, well, I actually made this harder for myself because the Christmas lights are right where I need to do this, but we're gonna work around them. So basically the idea is I'm gonna put this right here like that and hope that I can get the insulation behind there, which I think I should be able to. These lights, I don't want to damage them. I think it'll be okay. Although I didn't think that one through, I should have. Now I won't know where that hole is to match up. I'll just have to make a new hole. There's no way I'm gonna find that same hole. I need another hand. Let's use my head. And where's the... There we go. There. Okay. Okay, so that goes there. I'll do the same on the other side. I probably don't need to pre-drill that hole. It's kind of overkill. It's not going to be a problem. There's my secret trick. So now, I don't know if it's going to help. It might actually make it worse because I probably should have put this behind there first. It might be kind of difficult to get this through there. I'll try it. Go a little bit further. Okay, that's probably about right. Okay. I need to cut this so it's even. We should be good. Okay, stapler. I think that made it a little bit easier, but I think I would have been better to put the insulation up and then put the board on there after. Either way I do it, it's going to be a little bit awkward, but I think that might have been better. Making little holes just by like touching the paper with the stapler. It's crazy how easily it rips. I don't like it. Okay, we're out of staples. I know I brought that over. Yeah, that saved a lot of time. May not be like a ton of time, but just made it easier so I wasn't fumbling as much. So I'll use that board trick from now on. Might just refine it a little bit. I hope that's not too loud. It's not as loud as it would be if I was using that hammer style stapler, but it's still a little bit loud. Okay, this part is the worst of everything. Okay, I don't need this drill bit, so let me try not to lose that. Trying to cut the slots for the joists going across is annoying. It's about, I would say, 1.5 inches away from the edge, approximately. Okay, right there. Not exactly. Don't quite understand, I guess. Right there. Okay, that should be about right. It's a 2x6, so it's hard for me to visualize how big that is. So I think the last couple I've not cut it high enough, so I'll cut it a little bit more this time. There we go. And then there's a cord power cable going here. Just kind of weird, but let's work around it. Oh, I should unplug this while I'm at it. Oh, I just forgot. I just realized there's all these. I'm going to unplug the lights for a second because it's going exactly where I need. And get this out of the way. Oh, I need to cut the slots for the power cable behind there. Cut it way down low, way down here. It goes behind. Another cord down further, which is kind of awkward. I think I'm just gonna ignore that one for the time being. Is there another board there? Oh, I didn't see that one. Shoot. Ah, it sucks. Okay, this is about maybe 3 inches away from the side. Oh, I can't believe I didn't see that one. Not pretty, but hopefully that's good enough. Oh, forgot the power box too. Oh, not doing very good here. This one's a little bit easier though because I can cut it right where the box is. Okay. Slightly better than last time, but still kind of not very good. But I think each time I do one of these, improve just a little bit. Good. A little bit messy, but doesn't matter. It's pretty decent. Okay, so now that I'm all the way across, I can take this board off. Eventually I might actually put some boards up there or something, just, I don't know, I'll watch this insulation over time, and if it sags or kind of comes off a little bit, I'll maybe put some boards up to support it a little bit. I would like to put sheetrock in, but we don't have money to do that right now. Maybe eventually. That's pretty good. Okay, so done. Next section. Wow, this is so slow. I wish I could do this faster. I feel like I'll have to do like 10 live streams to finish this project. Or I don't have to stream everything, but I kind of like to. I mean, there's no real reason not to, I guess. Okay. Now I can plug this back in. I shouldn't get in the way anymore. Because I'm past that section. Oh, this whole side over here where the camera is and behind it is completely full of stuff. So I'm gonna try to finish this side. I have 2 more sections, or 4 if you count half sections, whatever. As soon as I'm done with that side, I'll move all the junk that's over there over here so I can access that. I've been keeping these scraps. Actually, I'll probably stuff some of these up in the top. I want to make sure that there's no air gap. Just a gap where there's no insulation, so plus it's a nice way to get rid of some scraps. Your headache? No, I've just read that it's really not good for you. It's best to wear eye and lung protection, just because it's, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they find out like 30 years from now or 5 years from now, whenever they decide to release whatever information, that it's like cancer causing or something. But anyway, they definitely talk about it. Whenever you read the warnings, it always says wear full body protection and eye and breathing mask and stuff like that, so just playing it safe. As far as I know, I'm not allergic to anything. But I do, if I don't wear a mask, it does kind of get in my lungs, and I've had it get in my eyes before, and it's not fun, so it's best to just be cautious. It's literally tiny pieces of glass. You can imagine getting it's not a good idea to get tiny pieces of glass in your eyes or lungs. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, sorry you're not feeling well. Realism, hope your headache goes away. Okay. And I'll just tape those together. Yeah, welcome to the most boring live stream on the planet. We don't have much money. We're on a very shoestring budget, so the pink roll stuff is the cheapest. I've never even seen the denim stuff. I'm not aware of that. Oh, my earpiece fell out somehow. Whenever I put my earpiece back in, it starts playing music. It's really weird. Yeah, I'm not aware of denim insulation. Never heard of it. Okay. I'm not a professional construction worker or builder or anything. I'm just a regular guy doing DIY stuff. This is just a workshop though. This isn't the living space, so it's not quite as sensitive on what kind of products I use. This is my first time doing insulation this year. I've done it several times this year already, but like I'm not like a professional builder, so I'm not doing this like every day or anything. Hopefully it'll inspire people to do more DIY stuff, though. You don't always have to pay a professional to do things. If you can't afford it, sometimes you can do it yourself. Oh, cool. Thanks for the tip. Yeah, I remember reading somewhere, I try to do as much research as I can. Like, I don't go into it completely blind. Like, I watch a bunch of videos and read up on it so I know some basic stuff. But otherwise, it's like my first time doing most of this stuff. Yeah, I read that you don't want to use hot water because it opens the pores and the glass can go in deeper. So, it's funny. This, I keep using the same shirt every time I do this because I don't want to infect or contaminate all my shirts with the glass because it's hard to get it out. Like, every time I put this shirt back on to do the installation, it's like pokey. It's not that bad, but some of the, fibers have gotten through, and so I feel a few pokes here and there. I would definitely not want to do this without like sleeves and like a mask, and definitely without gloves because you're touching the stuff constantly, and that would not be a comfortable experience. Welcome, DZTV. Sounds like you've probably done more of this than I have. All right, so next section. Oh, really? That's cool. Nice. Yeah, I did look at Home Depot and Lowe's and stuff, and I didn't see that option. Maybe certain areas have it and others don't. I don't know. But yeah, the price is very important for these projects because my parents don't have a lot of money. I have zero money. I'm currently unemployed, so we have to go for the cheapest option. All right. That's cool though. That sounds like a good idea. Like, it's annoying that almost all the options are like unhealthy and seriously, that's hilarious. That's cool. Okay, sorry about that realism. Yeah, hopefully drink some water and maybe get some sleep. I don't know. I'm not a doctor, but yeah, headaches are not fun. Hope you feel better. No worries. Thank you for keeping me company. Appreciate it. All right. Grab the next section here. Yeah, I've actually really enjoyed this. Gotcha. Yeah. I'm not a builder or anything. I didn't build this shop. It's made by what's the company called? Tough Shed. But it was missing a lot of stuff. Like, I built two lofts. Like, I built these lofts. putting the insulation in. I built a staircase to come up here. This thing I'm standing on is this big rolling shelf thing that I made. Made 2 rolling workbenches that I'll use, and a bunch of other things. Yeah, no worries. We'll see you around Realism later. Okay. Yeah, I've actually really enjoyed it. Every time I work on construction or building stuff, I generally enjoy it. Nice. Yeah, the reason, and actually once again, the main reason I was thinking about sheetrock, actually there's 2 reasons. It's by far the cheapest. Sheetrock is cheaper than OSB. It's cheaper than plywood, but also it's by far the safest. And actually, if you want to like have building inspectors like what you're doing, sheetrock is better because it's more fire resistant, whereas OSB and plywood are not. So it's kind of cool that the cheapest option is actually the best as far as like fire safety and stuff. Otherwise, if I had my choice, what I would probably do is plywood, because I think it would look kind of cool. Because this isn't meant to be like a finished living space. It's more of a workshop and storage. And I think plywood with, you know, the natural wood grain on it would look cool. But once I read about the sheetrock issue of it being like, there's certain places, certain areas that you live, they won't even insure the building if they inspect it and see something besides sheetrock in there, or something that's fire retardant. But you know, most places, as far as I know, you don't actually have to get it inspected unless it's over a certain square footage. Like in my state, it's generally anything under 200 square feet or 200 or below that you don't have to get it inspected. Which is kind of nice. But yeah, mine is pretty similar to yours. It's 10 by 20 instead of 12 by 20, but it's a good size. Like, I'm really happy that we were able to afford this size. It's good. Just the right size for what we need. Of course, bigger is always better, you know. You can always like use your imagination, creativity, and find out, you know, think of different purposes for it if it's like bigger, not constrained by size. But I think 10 by 20 is pretty good. Like, we could have definitely got a smaller one. We were looking at smaller ones, and then we like decided to just go a little bit bigger so we wouldn't regret it. But I'm really thankful my parents were willing to spend the money, because I don't have money for this, that's for sure. All right. I think I'm going to cut this short. I think I'm going to push them up higher in the ridge line, more higher than I have been. Yeah, I hear you on that. Of course, you know, you don't have to tape and mud it if it's just a shop. Like, I don't know if I will. Like, I probably will, just because I'm kind of a perfectionist and want it to look nice. But you could just like slap on some sheetrock and join it at the studs or the rafters and call it good, and not worry about taping and mudding. Because really, the only reason you need to tape and mud is if you want to paint it and have it look all finished and everything, which I probably will eventually do that. But the main reason I want to get sheetrock or something over it is because it's so easy to like rip this stuff. Like, I've already ripped it quite a few times, and we've only had the shop for a short period of time. Like, you're just moving like boards around and stuff, and you like catch on it and it tears it open. It's super annoying. Plus I'm pretty sure the insulating value will go up considerably when it's closed in rather than open like this. That's another good reason to want to do that. But anyway, can't always have everything we want. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, I mean, I don't really like the look of sheetrock, honestly. Even like I was saying, I'd prefer to have it look natural and like inside the cabin where I live. It basically just has like slightly recessed from each of the rafters, and then 1/4 inch plywood. It looks really nice. It looks like you're in a cabin, a natural building. That would be my preference just for appearances, but for saving money and whatnot, sheetrock's the way to go. But yeah, it looks kind of ugly, honestly. Even when you fully paint it and stuff. Like imagine this being like closed in and painted. It just wouldn't look like a shop anymore. It wouldn't look like a barn. But I don't know. Sometimes you gotta compromise and not have your way. I think if I had my way, I would make it look like a log cabin or something. But that's all right. Gotta save money. Nice, that sounds cool. Yeah, staining it would be awesome. Just bring out the wood grain and stuff. Well, I guess if it's OSB, but honestly, I think OSB actually looks cool. My dad doesn't really like it. I think it's actually kind of cool looking. Just all these little, wood particles and chips and stuff. I've never seen in the flesh like OSB stained, but it seems like it could look pretty nice. But yeah, that's cool. Be interesting to see what your project looks like in the end. All right, next chunk. All right, yeah, there's different grades of everything, different grades of plywood, different grades of OSB. The more expensive stuff is like nicer looking. Like, for example, like I don't care. I think kind of the industrial look is kind of cool, but like it has all this lettering on there, like the manufacturer information and stuff. But I think it looks kind of cool, to be honest. But obviously, it's a personal preference kind of thing. I don't think most people would think that looks cool. But all right. Obviously, you could sand that off or something if you really wanted to, but it doesn't bother me. I don't think we're going to put any flooring up here necessarily. Oh, nice. That's cool. Yeah, I don't know. We're not going to do the sheathing or whatever you want to call it. We're not going to be covering the insulation probably this year. Maybe it might be a year or two before anything happens. So it'll just look like it does now. But I just kind of like talking about it, imagining the possibilities. But in reality, I just have to let it all go because we don't have the money for it. Once I start working and have money, then I'll probably be able to influence the decision a little more. But right now it's kind of just I always ask my parents what they want it to be done, because they're having to shell out the money for it right now, and it's technically their property anyway, so they should have every right to make all those decisions. I've made some pretty influential decisions as I'm working on it because they're not usually here, and I just kind of run with certain decisions, but I don't make any crazy decisions that I know they would get annoyed by or anything. It's sort of a joint venture because the whole shop was primarily built for me because I'm trying to start a small business and I needed a place to run it out of. But it's on my parents' property, so it's kind of like they own it, but I'm going to be the main person using it, so it's kind of a joint decision-making process, and thankfully they were quite, open to letting me make some decisions on how it would, excuse me, how it would work for me and all that kind of stuff. So it's been enjoyable. If I had to like run every last tiny little detail by them, it'd probably be kind of annoying. Just I feel like I could never get anything done. But they've given me quite a bit of freedom. Okay. And cut. Yeah, I'm very blessed, lucky, whatever you want to call it. I sometimes have my moments when I'm just stressed and stuff, but in reality, I have nothing to complain about with my family and parents especially. Okay. Parenting is hard. I don't have kids, and I don't think I would have done a very good job, to be honest. So I can't complain on someone else's parenting when it, like, the whole idea of it kind of freaks me out. So. Nobody's perfect. Like, can't complain about little details when in the grand scheme of things, you know, if you generally have good parents and they make a few mistakes with your upbringing or something like that. Generally, if it's not a total disaster, then, you know, I'm really pretty blessed. And some people, it is a total. That's cool. True. Yeah, it's just the world is getting kind of a more difficult environment to raise kids in, especially if you're kind of old-fashioned and conservative like me. It's just the whole world is changing so much that it's hard to raise them in a different way than what the world wants to raise them to. Plus, the world is making a bunch of laws where you can't discipline your kids. All sorts of things. Yeah, totally. I grew up and experienced the 80s and 90s, and I just like totally feel bad for the kids these days. They have it rough. And I'm glad that I was born when I was, because I don't think I would have made it as a kid, honestly, in this crazy world. That's the part that freaks me out. Like, everything else about it, like, I totally regret not having kids, because, you know, when you're old, you're just lonely if you don't have kids and all that stuff. And, you know, just family is amazing. Like, family is awesome, but sometimes just life doesn't go the way that you expect. And that's kind of what happened with me. So I would have had a family, you know, if it was what I wanted, but just kind of things didn't work out. So I believe God has things figured out for me, and I trust Him, even though life is hard and didn't really go the way I wanted, but He's still. Yeah, that's the thing. It's more of a fear, like a phobia of the environment that you'd have to raise them in. And like, if I felt the same freedom that my parents had to raise me and discipline me and do things the way that they thought was right, no problem. But now, like, you're like considered evil if you discipline your kids or teach them about religious things or whatever, all that stuff. So I think if I had kids, I would probably hope to have a wife that was gifted in teaching, and we could homeschool them or something, just because I don't trust I don't trust the education system as it is right now. Yeah, cancel culture is useless. My sister has 6 kids and she homeschools them, and I look at her family and think that's awesome. I mean, I could love that scenario, but I'm just old. Like it's kind of too late for me to try to figure out having a family, you know. So I'm not really. It's more like just something that I thought of in the past, and you know, just things didn't turn out the way I'd hoped. So. That's awesome. Yeah. I like that too. Like I don't think I would want to live in a city, especially, I mean, I don't want to live in a city even for my own sake. So I moved out. I used to live in Portland, one of the most crazy cities in the US, and I couldn't do it for my mental health. I had to leave. But if I had kids, it would be even more important to me to not live in the city. I just want to be out in the country where not as heavy regulations and not as crazy influences, and I think it's just a better way of life in every possible way. Some challenges, you know, not as convenient, but I would take a little bit of inconvenience for superior everything else any day. Nice. Yeah, it's my work shed. We just built it earlier this year, like in May. We had it built. We didn't build it ourselves, and I'm just kind of fixing it up, readying it for use. We get pretty harsh winters here. Can have like a couple feet of snow and be well below freezing. And so if I'm going to be able to work out here during the winter, like I have a heater going on down there, but it's basically doing nothing. Like it takes like 6 to 8 hours to kind of warm it up in here. So yeah, I'm hoping that insulating the roof will hold some of the heat in, and also in the summer it can get hot, so you know, keep the heat out a little bit, make it more bearable. But yeah, I'm going to try to run a small business. I don't talk about my business just for privacy's sake, but trying to start a small business and run it out of this shop. Almost taped the tape to itself. But yeah, I'm a variety streamer. Like, I didn't start out doing building stuff at all. I'm just kind of like the Truman Show. I just turn my camera on whenever I'm doing something that it's reasonable to film it. I don't show my whole life or anything, but I don't really try to make a stream interesting stuff to try to build a channel or make money from live streaming. I just do it kind of to connect with people because I don't have a lot of social connections where I live. So yeah, I don't really expect to have a bunch of people watching because I'm just kind of doing my thing. Boring stuff. Kind of fun for me just to play around with the streaming technology. But yeah, once I'm done with these building projects, I'll go back to like doing other stuff on my stream. Let me read that again. I heard it in my TTS, but yeah, I was thinking about that too. A wood stove would be sick. The problem here is we have trees all over the place. So and I don't want to cut down a bunch of trees. And I think even if I built the stovepipe like going up pretty high above the structure, it would still be slightly risky because there's enough trees that like an ember could catch on it, especially in the you know, when it's kind of dry. So I would love to do that too. That would be amazing. Way more efficient way to get it warmed up really quickly. We have a wood stove in the cabin where I live, just right over there. That's my main source of heat in there, and I love it. It's super nice. But I think it would be a little bit complicated to try to do that here. I think if I owned a property and had a shed, this is my parents' place, like I said, but if I had the place, like I bought it as my land and all that, I think I probably would consider putting a wood stove. And I actually saw a free wood stove, just perfect, on Craigslist. You know, not exactly here, but I could drive, you know, a ways and pick it up, and I was super tempted when I saw that. But I think that's one of those things that my dad would not approve of. He would just think I'm crazy, and so I don't want to cause drama. So, but I think it would be an epic solution. I would love that. But hopefully this insulation will keep the heat in enough that just a space heater type thing will be enough, because it's not a huge, you know, shop, so hopefully it shouldn't take too much to heat it up once it's properly insulated. We'll find out. I really don't know what to expect. I don't know how effective this, I mean, this is only R13 because it's like a 2x4 framing, and that's just the cheapest option. Could have got R15, which isn't really that much better, but yeah, I don't know how much of a difference it'll make. It should help. Okay, man, that takes forever. All right, this will be the nicest, most pleasant one of all, because I can sit on this punching bag. And I'm going to use that same trick I did last time with the board. Get that over there. Staple gun. Scissors, knife. And I don't know where I put those two screws. Here they are. Yeah, we definitely get like kind of extremes. We get a real winter and a real summer, which I love. I love the, you know, pretty extreme. It's not intolerably extreme, but it's fairly extreme. I live in Oregon. But I don't really tell exactly where I live, but I'll give you an idea anyway. All right. Yeah, and just to show you how much, just to give you an idea how much money is a factor, like instead of buying the 23-inch bats, that's good to hear. So instead of buying the 23-inch bats, it was considerably cheaper to buy the 15-inch. It's kind of stupid. You would think the price would just scale up, you know, linearly, but it's like 50% more expensive to buy the 23-inch per square foot. So I mean, I'm just as cost conscious as my parents are, but I also want to not stress the relationship, so I'm trying not to spend too much of their money. So I recommended, you know, let's just get the 15-inch and I'll splice it together with tape and it'll work fine. But yeah, we're going very bare bones on the budget here. That's good to hear, though. I hope that R13 does good enough for me as well. Sounds like it should be good. Alright, so this time I'm going to do similar to what I did last time, except I'm going to put the insulation up before I put the board over it. It'll be slightly easier. I never went down below to pull the insulation through on that last section, so I have to remember to do that at some point. That's a good question. I don't think so. And there's no way for us to get under there and do anything about that, but I'm guessing it's not. So you think that'll play a factor, like a big factor? Or there's no crawl space underneath it. It's maybe like 6 inches off the ground, like the whatever you call them, the floor joists are just sitting on the ground, and yeah, I don't think it's insulated down there. Hopefully, I didn't even think of that honestly until you asked that. But there's no way for us to access that because it came pre-built with the floor. Okay. This is almost guaranteed to pull my bandana off, but we'll just try it. Gotcha. Yeah, I'll keep that in mind. Yeah, and since it's a tough shed, all of their floor joists are metal, which is, I think it's good. They'll last a long time. Have good warranties on them and stuff, but yeah, I don't know how good they are for keeping the cold out and stuff. All right, there we go. I just did that so it's easier to put this up. I'll take that off when I'm done. The light is kind of blinding me. I might actually have to turn it off and use like a spotlight or something. Okay, I'll probably do that. I'll be right back, grab a light. Can't be looking straight into that while I'm doing this. Whew. Need a breathe break. Breather. Need a breather, literally. Whew. It's crazy. I'm doing this at like 4 in the morning. It's probably like 5 in the morning. I don't know. Time flies when I'm doing this, but I started at like 2 in the morning. Crazy person. Okay. Alright, I already kind of forgot what I was doing. Getting a light. Let's see, where can I put this? I don't have the clamp. Oh yeah, I do. The clamp is right here. That's good. I don't think it's tall enough to do it this way. Not quite, but I have bigger ones. discovered a pretty cool trick for lighting stuff. If you have a light that has a 1/4 inch 20 thread on it, kind of unlimited on what you can do. It's pretty cool. So show you in a second. I always come up with on the cheap cool live streaming solutions, but they'll work for not just for live streaming. But so I have like a regular clamp like this. Just clamp it to anything. I could clamp it to a rafter, but in this case I'll put it right here. And then I have these are called super clamps. They're made by a company called Small Rig. And then I can clamp that to anything. Kind of made for clamping the pipes, but somewhere I have some ball head joints, which would make this even better, but I'll just try to aim it by screwing it in not all the way or something. I can position it like that. 6 millimeters laminate flooring with 30-pound felt underlayment. Huh, that's cool. Yeah, right now we don't have the budget for any fancy flooring. It's literally particle board, which I wasn't really in favor of, but my dad he's used to getting that, so he bought the particle board stuff. I don't like it because if it gets wet, it kind of ruins it, and it stains easily. But anyway, we went with that, and I'm not planning to put anything over that for now, just because we don't have money for it. But in the future, I'll consider options like that. And then, like, this is very multi-purpose. It's for storage, it's for my workshop, but also part of the reason I built these lofts to these dimensions and configuring things the way that I am is we might put just a simple bed up here for guests. So it's possible that I or somebody else might sleep up here. Yeah, I've actually seen free stuff. Like I watch Craigslist, or I did kind of watch Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace. I'm not on Facebook, so I don't really look there, but that's another good place. But I've seen like hundreds of square feet of flooring for free, people just getting rid of it, tearing it out. And I wish I would have taken some of that when I saw the opportunity. But if you watch it for like some months, and if you're patient, you can often catch a deal like that. And that's a good way to go, in my opinion. I might just do that once I am kind of settled and done with this stuff. Oh yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I like the natural wood looking stuff, so you know, like bamboo or even just if it's fake but it looks like wood. I'm just kind of I like that natural grain looking stuff. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I was gonna turn the light off. I can't see. There we go. Can't talk and think at the same time. Okay, here we go. Ouch. Ugh. Older I get, the more sensitive my shins and knees are to being on hard surfaces. I should buy some knee pads, honestly. Oh, here's my glasses. I thought I'd kind of lost them. That's awesome. Yeah, it's definitely, there's a lot of situations if you know where to look. Like I said, I've seen numerous times on Craigslist, even some good quality stuff. It's not even torn up or anything. That makes sense. Yeah, I mean, natural wood would be awesome, but that's more expensive. But I mean, if you get it for free, then that would be cool. I saw some really nice looking stuff a couple years ago that I wish I would have snagged, but it was for Craigslist in a big city far away from here, so I couldn't just go snag it. Otherwise I would have, but I asked my parents if they might be willing to do it. But my mom hates getting involved with like Craigslist transactions, so she wasn't interested in doing it. But I've seen a couple other free type things in the past, so when it comes time, that'll probably be my first thing that I'll look at. Just what I'm kind of used to. I know it's kind of an old website and all that, but it still has its use. Missed the mark on that a little bit, but I'll just stuff a little extra piece up there, fill the gap. Most of the time I just eyeball these cuts and don't really measure anything. Yeah, I live in the middle of nowhere, so I'd have to probably drive quite a distance to find anything like that. But there is a kind of a place that has used building materials. They don't always have like amazing deals, and they don't really have a lot of stuff. I have gone there, gotten a few things for projects, but they don't tend to have a lot of wood or flooring type stuff. They do have like some tile and stuff, but yeah, it is an option, but I don't have a lot of that around here. Probably won't do a lot more. I might try to do that one more section opposite this one before ending the stream, just so I can feel like I got a significant something done, but this is such a slow process. I do wish we could have gotten the 23-inch bats instead of the 15-inch rolls, because the thing with the bats, though, is they're cut to a specific length. It's basically the same. I don't know why they call them bats. This is the bat, it's just rolled up. But anyway, I don't like that they're pre-cut, because if you need like a specific length and you cut, a chunk out of one and you're left with the remainder, then it's just like uneven uses. I mean, I know you can splice things together like I've been doing, but I like the roll just because it's definitely longer than anything you need it for, and you just cut out chunks of it. But yeah. Anyway, the bats were more expensive, the 23-inch bats, and we're really on a tight budget, so we don't really have a budget. We're just trying to spend as little money as possible, basically. You're not a rich family, that's for sure. Okay, so I need to try to cut the the floor joist. Okay, it looks like this one only has one. That's nice. I think I'll actually mark it this time. For the first time ever. Theoretically, it should come out a little bit better that way. Still gonna eyeball the depth though, because I don't really know how far it needs to be. Probably more like 8 inches. If I overdo it, I think it's actually better in the long run. Okay. Pull that down there. Yeah, I think this one will turn out better. I probably should... Oh shoot, I think I ripped something. I think it's better when I actually mark the joist and cut it, more accurately. Probably testing the limits of this wireless mic too. Looks like it's still going, but actually I can't see it. Looks like it's still going. I don't know how long I've been streaming. It's been quite a while. Well, that's it. I would have expected more, honestly. Okay, out of staples. Feels like more than that. 423. Wow. I am an insane person. Literally nobody does this stuff at 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. What are you guys doing up? Of course, you guys probably live in different time zones where it actually is not that crazy of a time. I've also found that streamers are a different breed of human, or people on streaming platforms, whether they're streamers or not. We all a little bit crazy. Oh, really? That sucks. Wow. I am the worst. I am completely Captain Insano as far as my lifestyle and hours. Same here. I'm a massive night owl, so my brain is most active at night. I have a hard time sleeping at any normal, sane hour. But I'm currently unemployed too, which is a big part of it. Like, obviously if I had a day job or something, I would have to adapt to that schedule, but when I'm left to my own devices, I'm always up all night and sleep during the day. Or I go like up all night and don't sleep at all for like 24 or to 36 hours, and then I sleep for like 16 hours to make up for it or something crazy. I'm just a complete freak when it comes to sleeping patterns. Plus, I don't have a family. I mean, I check all the boxes for unhealthy lifestyle. All right, good enough. do the last section so I can call it for the day. I need to open another roll though. I actually like using the spotlight as opposed to this light anyway. I'll just leave it like that for the remainder. Oh, let's see. Oh, I don't have the second piece. I was thinking I had to stuff that top section, but I need to put the other panel in first. And I need to move all this junk out of the way if I'm going to get over there, and I need to get this roll. Too many things to think about. One thing at a time. All my brain can handle. Wow, I never expected to have people watching this stream. It's funny. I don't know what algorithm is favoring me that anybody found me on Twitch. Of course, Odyssey is a little bit easier to be found, but I don't typically get a lot of people finding me on Odyssey though. So that's kind of cool. All right. I'm gonna I'll move this punching bag over there too, because it's actually been a pretty nice seat. No, sorry about that, but I'm glad you found a like-minded, like activity. That's pretty unlikely. Typically, people on live streams are either looking for political discussions or gaming stuff. And I'm pretty much never any of that stuff. So I don't really get much attention most of the time. I appreciate you guys hanging out. But I will not feel bad at all if you suddenly disappear and start getting the things done that you need to. Okay. Making too much noise. That thing is noisy. Alright, now I'm ready to do the final section here. Oh. Okay. Nice that this one has no interruptions. No cords going across. I guess it's pretty much like the last one too. Should go fairly smoothly. In theory, should not speak so soon. Yeah, Odyssey has always kind of sucked for live streams. Like, if you're not a power user of the site and know like how to navigate and stuff, like ever since I started streaming on there, I noticed how they buried live streams. They've changed the kind of the category where they're generally found a couple times, but it's kind of it's sort of buried. It's almost like they don't want live streams to be successful. It's kind of weird. And they also don't have the best streaming tech. Like for a while I had to stop streaming to Odyssey, and then I would just upload my replays later just as an archive type thing, because the streaming tech is a little bit weird because of the blockchain stuff. It doesn't work quite the same as every other site. But I finally figured out a way to get around that by changing my encoder settings. But yeah, I don't know if you're aware, but I'm actually streaming to 13, it might be 12 now. 13, I've somewhere between 12 and 14 platforms. I agree. I mean, but it makes sense. I mean, you can't really blame them, because in order to keep the whole thing going, they have to make money, and they're not going to make money by promoting people like me, you know what I mean? It's not about promoting creativity. Every website, generally speaking, I mean, every business website is about making money, so they're not doing the world any ideological favors. They're just trying to make a living themselves, you know. I can't blame them for that. I just wish it was somehow different, you know. But I've seen a lot of streaming websites come and go over the years, and most of the time they disappear because of not making enough money. So it's unfortunate. That's the way it works, but that's just reality. I'm surprised Odyssey has lasted as long as it has, because I can't imagine they make hardly any money from the content on there. I don't know what their funding comes from. Especially now that they removed ads and stuff. I don't even think this is covering my face at this point. Sometimes it gets messed up. There we go. Okay, tape measure, marker. Now this is blinding me this way, so I'm gonna get that out of my face. I keep forgetting that, cool, my brother-in-law wired this place, and he put a switch for the loft right here, which is awesome. I went down to turn it off because I completely forgot about that switch, but pretty nice. That's awesome. That's cool. Yeah. I'm pretty blessed with that. Like my brother-in-law and his dad and my uncle are all electricians, so electrical stuff is one of those things that I just don't even try to mess with, because I never even took like a basic class in high school, much less college. I didn't really go to college. I took a few classes, so it's like wizardry stuff to me. I can DIY just about anything, but I'm always nervous around electrical stuff. I never really figured any of that out. I've done plumbing, I've done quite a few different things, but whenever something related to electrical stuff or wiring of any kind comes up, I always have to have somebody else do it. thankfully there's enough people in our family, and my dad as well. My dad he's not an electrician, but he has, at least a kind of intermediate understanding of how things work, and he can do the basic wiring of lights and plugs and fix things. Certainly knows a lot more than I do. That's awesome. Super cool. Have you picked up any of those kind of skills for yourself, or you always just kind of have them help you out? I basically know nothing about electrical stuff. Zero. Which side is the sticky side? That side. I also don't know anything about welding, which is something I would love to learn. Never worked with. I've worked with metal, but not like welding it. It'd be really cool. I don't know a ton about mechanic stuff either, like fixing cars, but I have done a decent amount of DIY stuff. I pretty much totaled my car a couple years ago. Oh shoot, I think I just destroyed this piece of tape. I hate it when that happens. And my friend's dad and I ended up completely restoring it, which was a huge deal for me, because I'm like one of those guys that doesn't even typically do my own oil changes. Nothing, I don't really know much about cars at all, so to restore a car that was completely undrivable just by ourselves was very satisfying. I don't really have trust issues, but I do have, I don't trust mechanics. And it's because of experience. It's not because of some, conspiracy. I've had a lot of bad experiences with mechanics, so I know there's honest ones out there, but I just feel like they're all trying to repair things that don't need to be repaired and just do a bad job, so I have to go back, and it's just, I've had nothing but almost all bad experiences. So I would love to learn how to fix everything in my car, and that's part of the reason my friend's dad and I did it, is I couldn't afford to pay a mechanic anyway. Yeah, exactly. That's cool though. It sounds like you have a lot of experience. I wish I had that knowledge that you have. But I feel pretty good about what I was able to accomplish. Yeah. I don't understand why that is. Mechanics and lawyers just have a really bad reputation. Why? Why is that? I guess they just take advantage of the fact that most people don't know anything about cars, so they can charge you whatever they want. Just super annoying. Yeah. Blinker fluid. It's awesome. That's just unconscionable, though. I just don't understand how people can just throw away morality just for the sake of making money. Like, even if I could upcharge somebody, I wouldn't want to do that. It just doesn't, it's just not right, you know? But, and it also seems like it would eventually get back to them because they do that to the wrong person and they're just gonna, you know, their reviews are gonna express, you know, all that dishonesty and stuff, especially now that everybody has online reviews and stuff like that. Okay. All right. I think I'm done there. Yeah, it's cool that I know there's honest people out there. Like, I trust you that what you're saying is true, but like, obviously you could say whatever you want, but I imagine you were a good mechanic and trustworthy. But it's just like, it's sad how many, like, what percentage of people seem to not be ethical. So many that, like, just the whole trade has kind of a bad reputation all around. It's crazy. Okay, what do I need to do here? I need to screw in that board. And what else? Is that everything? I think so. By the way, if there's a huge rip in my pants, I apologize. I've ripped 2 pants lately. That's awesome. Yeah. I love working with honest people. Like, even if it's not the cheapest option, like, just knowing that you can trust them and they're not just gonna make stuff up is really refreshing. And don't get me wrong, I have had mechanics that I think were probably honest. It's just that the ridiculous cost of it just, like, makes you want to learn how to do it yourself, because I don't know, I guess what they charge for labor and how long it takes is half the problem, and you just wonder, like, is it really taking that long, that many hours, or are they just running into problems and charging you for their mistakes or incompetence, or are they just being completely dishonest, or somewhere in between? It's kind of hard to tell, really, because you're not there watching them behind their back. Sometimes you wish you could, just to have a clear idea of what's really going on and what you're being charged for. Like the people that we got quotes for when I was trying to fix my own car, when it was basically totaled, it would have been completely unaffordable, but we did it, you know, relatively cheaply, because obviously we didn't charge ourselves for labor and all that. We bought used parts. Seems like a lot of mechanics aren't willing to use used parts, so of course they buy everything new, which is crazy expensive. It would have been fun to live stream that whole process. I wish I could have live streamed the repair of that car. That would have been really fun. I mean, I don't think anyone would have watched it necessarily, but it would have been cool to have that recorded and stuff. But I don't really live stream when I'm with other people, and so I was with my friend's dad, and he's not really part of my live streaming world. My IRL and my live streaming thing are two kind of separate worlds. I mean, it took some years before my parents even knew that I was live streaming or what that even meant. They didn't even understand what it was. They're aware of it now, but they're not really part of it or anything. My best friends know that I live stream, but they don't like ever come to my streams or anything. Why that thing wants to keep falling out. Yeah, but I mean, a lot of times, like, I always have Odyssey might be okay with it, or Rumble, but, you know, probably not YouTube. Or, and I think technically some of that is, I was just learning, some of that's like technically illegal or whatever, if you have, because they think you're gonna make unregistered weapons or something like that. But I think that'd be super interesting. Unfortunately, the law is pretty stupid about that stuff. In my opinion, it shouldn't be illegal to make your own guns or whatever. I don't know if it's illegal, but you know what I mean, just like highly regulated and stuff. That'd be really cool to watch though. You have like a metal lathe and stuff. I've actually done a little bit of work with metal lathes. Machinist, I wouldn't call myself a machinist, but yeah, I didn't mean to suggest that. I was recently hearing about that, like on YouTube, that because I watched like Kentucky Ballistics and Demolition Ranch and stuff like that, and they sometimes talk about, you know, those regulations and whatnot. Oh, I think this bay is wider than the others because it's not really reaching on this side very well. I had to take this glasses off. I'm starting to steam up. Can't see what I'm doing. That's cool. Sounds like a fun hobby. I have access through my relatives to a gigantic lathe that could be used for just about anything. It's huge. Take up this whole shop. And so I've used that a little bit, but I don't have like a ton of knowledge, but just enough that I could figure stuff out probably. I don't have direct access. I have to travel pretty far to get there, but I do have access. Oh man, I'd love to have a CNC machine, a 3D printer, plasma cutter, laser engraver, all that stuff, man. I would love that. I just like making stuff and playing around with stuff, but never had a lot of money, so I can't just go buy crazy huge machines like that. But if money was no object, I'd be all about that kind of stuff. Okay, learned my lesson last time. And actually mark this, get a more accurate cut. Oh, nice. That's cool. You have some projects in mind already, or you just kind of want to tinker with it? Let's see. All right, where'd those scissors go? Way over there. Forgot to grab them. Oh, I gotta take a break from this stupid mask. It's like COVID all over again. Speaking of headaches, friend Realism is struggling with a headache. I tend to get headaches when I can't get enough oxygen. And with that whole COVID thing of wearing the mask, I hated that. That was garbage. Alright, yeah, definitely gonna mark them all in the future. That makes it way easier overall. Oh yeah, for sure. I know they're not very expensive. I tend to have this thing where I love hobbies in general and creativity, and so I overextend or I spread myself too thin, and I just have too many hobbies. So lately, last 5 years or so, I've kind of learned that I need to limit my aspirations, just so I don't like keep buying equipment and then I never end up really using it, because I have to focus on just a few kind of hobbies or projects, otherwise I just have too many things going on, not enough time. That's the main reason I've never bought any of those kind of things. I have like hobbies that I'm already neglecting and wanting to get back to, so adding like a ton of new hobbies just isn't going to work very well. I absolutely would love to play with that kind of stuff. Keep ripping this paper. So annoying. Okay, I'm just gonna go down there and pull these through the bottom, and then I think I'll be done for today. I didn't get a ton done, but considering last stream I only did 1 row and I did 2 rows this time, at least I think I am going faster and better than the first time, just because every time I do it I get a little bit more efficient at it, but I'm still kind of slogging along. 30% done, because there's 10 bays and I've done 3 of them. Alright, so I'm gonna go downstairs and make sure it's pulled through, and then I'll probably wrap it up. Kind of messy down here. It's not the best. Whatever, it's not amazing. I'll probably stuff some little chunks of scrap in some of these little slots just to make sure it's not no airflow from the outside, but I think it's fine. It's just a little bit messier than up there. Okay, that's good enough. I'll fix some of that and stuff some scraps in there later, but it's okay for now. So yeah, I think I will head out. Maybe try to get some sleep or something. Ugh. Yeah, I don't sleep very well though. Oftentimes I go to sleep and wake up an hour later, or I never actually go to sleep and then just whatever. Complete mess of a sleep schedule. I don't even know what it is. Complete insanity, basically. Anyway, thanks for joining me. It's really fun to have a couple of you guys hanging out. It's good to meet you, DZ, and Ken. Thank you for hanging out as well. And of course, EDI's been like hamming it up with his dancing stuff. Must like the 16-bit music I have going on, because I'm not doing anything very energetic like that. But and then of course realism earlier. Yeah, hopefully I inspired you if I didn't waste too much of your time keeping you from your project. But it's always good to have somebody to talk to that knows the stuff, so knows the pain and the joy of DIY. I consider it quite enjoyable, even when I'm kind of struggling with it. But anyway, I will see you all later. Probably tomorrow or later, whenever that next day. It's already tomorrow, kind of fuzzy, nebulous time stuff going on. But yeah, I'll be back to this pretty soon. I'll catch you guys later.